What down, Joe? It's No Home TV back with another boxing video. Alright, y'all. Whoo, what a weekend, man. What a weekend. Started off Friday night with Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul. You know, that whole circus, and all the backlash that's come behind it since its, conception. Katie Taylor versus Amanda Serrano 2 was also a very highly controversial fight, but for a different reason. Katie Taylor got the nod again, even though it was a close fight. But if y'all trying to build up a trilogy, the smart thing would have been to get a nod to Amanda, especially if Katie had already gotten a point taken away in a close fight. Just makes sense to me. Katie did well. She was catching Amanda coming in, like cleanly with shots, because, Amanda leads in with her head a lot of times. But it was Katie that was headbutting, and, Amanda was really getting off as well, so it was another one of those type of fights. But they gave the decision to Katie Taylor for a second time. So it's like, that don't even really set up a third fight, even though they might fight again, Might do like a Wilder Fury type situation. I don't know. But Tevin Farmer versus William Zepeda happened. It was a good fight from what I saw. I'm not going to sit here and lie and say I saw the entire fight, but I did see some highlights. I saw a lot of highlights, actually, for the fight. It was damn near the full fight. But, man, Tevin Farmer, good fighter, man. But to me, he was always more like a B-level fighter that was almost an A, or he could be an A on his best day. But he was stuck in, like, B position. So any fighter that's stuck in that B position, or stuff of that nature, you can't trust them in the big fights. They make great gatekeepers and tests for up and coming prospects, but they themselves, man, are kind of just like stuck at a specific level that they never really can get out of, because they can never really best the A-level elite competition. This William Zepeda thing was no different. William Zepeda, William Zepeda even got dropped, man, and he took a lot of shots from Farmer. But I just think that the reason they gave him the nod is because he outworked Farmer. That's the type of fighter William Zepeda is. He's just gonna keep throwing punches no matter what. You gotta hit him and make him miss, or you gotta be the one bullying him, pushing him back. That's why everybody believes that Shakur Stevenson would wash William Zepeda, and theoretically so. But we got to see these fights, man. You got to start putting more fights on. There's no way this Jake Paul dude should be more active than actual fighters, actual boxers. But one good thing about this weekend is I think people are starting to see the ploy with Jake Paul, and how much of a money grab this was, or was it a money grab? Was it just a circus, to cultivate the world's attention, to see, the world's most dangerous man in the ring one more time? Did Mike Tyson sell off his legacy for $20 million? It's a possibility, man. Mike Tyson's not smart with his money. And with all the different venues and stuff that he had, accomplished, he had a cartoon. He had a video game. He had a podcast, a weed strain. I met him, because of that. I don't know, man. It's like, what's going on with your money, Mike? Where's this money going? Is that $20 million safe? It's like, what's going on, man? What more money, much more money could you possibly need? How much more debt could you possibly be in? What stupid shit did you get yourself into where you're owing people $20 million or whatever the case may be? Same question, inverted could be asked to Jake Paul. It's like, how much money and clout do you need, bro? It's like, there's probably even a little regret on his end. Even though he got the bag, he got the win, he got the narrative, it's just like, yeah, but at what cost? I never wanted to see this fight. This fight never should have been sanctioned. It's like, why the fuck? You know, now there's all kind of controversy behind the fight of it being rigged. And why was Mike Tyson chewing on his gloves throughout the entire fight? Was it the mouthpiece? Was it some sort of oral fixation? You know, I saw motherfuckers breaking shit all the way down to the molecule. Like, oh, yeah, man, you know, he's reverted back to his childlike state because he was afraid. And then what? He's afraid of Jake Paul, but he wasn't afraid of Roy Jones. I mean, yeah, I get about the age difference and whatnot. But Jake Paul is no good fighter, man. Anybody can see that, especially a fighter that gets in the ring with him. There was a couple times that like Mike pulled his punch back where you could have got him, you know, kind of like he was doing with the Roy exhibition. But they're going to count this as an official loss to Mike Tyson's record. It's really fucked up, really sad. They're going to count this as an official win for Jake Paul, which is really fucked up, really sad. But it's like, man, how much does the ego expand? I don't know how much Jake Paul made for this fight, 50 million, whatever he's going to get on the back end of Netflix. But this is not saving boxing, man. This is making a fucking mockery of the sport. And I told y'all that. Jake Paul is for Jake Paul. Jake Paul is not for boxing. He's not for the people. Turki Al-Sheikh is more for the people than fucking Jake Paul is. He won't fight anybody of note. And the second that he did fight an actual boxer with relatively okay skills in Tyson Fury, he gets his ass whooped. So it's like, what are we doing here? And that's Tommy Fury. And I don't think Tommy Fury is shit. You know? Hang on a second. Fucking batteries always dying and shit. But anywho, how much, you know, was it worth it? You know, I had back-to-back heartbreaks this weekend, man. You know, if anybody's a football fan, watch the Bears-Packers game. You know how much we fucking hate that fucking city, though. Not city, but that fucking team, Green Bay. The motherfuckers. We ain't beat them motherfuckers since 2018, G. And we just lost again to them today by 1 fucking point, bro. I was so disgusted. So disgusted, man. It's just so many things that contributed to that. Like, what a heartbreaker. Good game, good, you know, dragged down, tight defensive game, but motherfucker, you know what I mean? My goodness fucking gracious, bro. I just, you know, there ain't much you can do about it. But, man, yeah, that's where we're at, you know. Much better boxing cards last weekend as opposed to this weekend. But them's the breaks, right? We'll see what the future holds for Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano. We'll see if Jake Paul finally gets in there with a boxer. I mean, and he ran the price. He could have fought Hakeem Rahman Jr., you know, but I felt like he chickened out of that. He weaseled his way out of that fight. He was so confident. And then when he finally met up after that first press conference, and Rahman Jr. wasn't backing down, and he was talking just as good as he was getting, and he was confident enough to know, like, man, I'm gonna beat your ass, Jake. You think this shit's a game? I'm gonna show you. And it was like Jake could feel it, man, and that's when he pulled the fuck out of that fight, man, and tried to make it seem like it was Rahman who didn't sign something or other, and then people fell for it. And it's like, man, this is a big ass clout chase, man. This is a changing of the guard, man, and no more heroes, you know, especially for black folks. At least that's how it seemed. Seemed like they taking away all our heroes, man, all our icons, anybody that of note, you know, there's some sort of humiliation ritual. Why the hell is Mike Tyson walking around live on Netflix with his ass cheeks hanging out? Making a fool of the man before he even gets in the fucking ring. the way he was walking, the way his eyes was just fixated, the way, even when he got in the ring, he was standing face to face with Jake, and the referee was, running down his instructions. Tyson looked like he was in a trance, could have hypnotized this nigga to not knock Jake Paul out. You know what I'm saying? That's why he probably kept biting on his fucking glove. Just weirdo shit, man. All this shit is a spectacle. And that's why I didn't want someone like Jake Paul in the sport, man. I just wanted just straight boxing, man. Because when it's straight boxing, it's so niche that it's like, it's not important enough to try to rig like that. For the most part. I mean, yeah, boxing has its cheating tactics, man, but you don't have the entire system trying to work against someone. Usually it's just somebody trying to do some other hand tactics, or you might got a network that might be a little bit more biased towards one or the other fighter. But that full-blown rig shit, just that just usually don't happen. But you have a big enough spectacle like putting boxing on Netflix and entering in Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson sold this fight. Without Mike Tyson, there'd be no, what did Jake Paul's last fight sell? Like Mike Perry and, the fucking guy before him. I don't even remember his name. It's like, nah, yeah, they picked Mike. It's like, this is the front. Every boxer should want fucking Mike, not Mike, but Jake Paul's head on a fucking spike. I saw Better Be call him out. And you know what motherfucker said underneath? Oh, he just clout chasing, man. He just want a payday. It's like, man, shut the fuck up. Maybe he wants to avenge Mike's loss. Did you ever think about that? Did you ever think about how these motherfuckers is playing in our face? And it's always, certain motherfuckers that's allowed to do certain shit that have a certain pigmentation in their skin. The other ones is demonized and monster. I mean, Denzel Washington comes out, talks about a scene that he did in the Gladiator movie that they cut. As far as him kissing the dude. And in my mind, I'm just like, well, damn, Denzel, you didn't even have to really disclose that information at all. I understand that you're an actor, and these are all in the context of acting. But hell, just, if they cut it, nigga. Why bring it up? Let somebody else bring it up. And then you address it. Maybe they didn't want to see you in a certain light. Maybe they did it like Will Smith did, 6 degrees separate. I don't know. I don't fucking know, man. But all this shit is ritualistic. It's buck-breaking shit. It's showing black men in a losing, docile position. It's all for the optics. It's all for the narrative, bro. Come on. We looking at it. It ain't hard to tell. It ain't hard to see. Fucking, man. I'm so disgusted, man. Motherfuckers jaying down on Diddy. Diddy got all these nicknames, all these catchphrases. No Diddy. They call this nigga Mr. Freakoff, the Diddler, and all this other shit. This nigga's a whole villain y'all made him. Ain't nobody ever talk bad about Vince McMahon. Ain't no memes about Vince McMahon out there. He's just as big as Diddy. In his own perspective. Everybody knows who Vince fucking McMahon is. You know what I'm saying? Nothing about Hugh Hefner. Notorious for having underage girls around all down through that mansion, and he fucking on them. Nothing said. Celebrities all down through up in there. The original Mr. Freakoff. Nothing said. Still ain't found out who's on the Epstein Island list and all this other shit, man. But everybody on Diddy, though. Baby oil and shit. It's the destruction of that image. Not necessarily. I mean, yeah, the person is, you know, the person, whoever they are, is collateral damage, but it's about the destruction of that image. Because everybody's been going through it, man. It's no different than Bill Cosby / R. Kelly shit. Motherfuckers need a black villain, and they need a great white hope. That's what the fuck Jake Paul is. Fake white hope. That's what a lot of this shit be about. And motherfuckers don't like to hear it because it's uncomfortable. But it's the truth. Because you're looking at it. Anyway, man, it's No Home TV. I'll be back with another one. I think the only last big fight of the year is Usyk Fury 2. You know, we'll see if, you know, if we can start getting some of these easy to make yet dream fights made in 2025. What the fuck is going on, man? Come on, boxing. It's No Home TV, man. I'll be back with another one. Peace.